Hey, apologies up front if this is a bit of a low-energy, low-key video. I just got back from the Midwest Gaming Classic. I am tired, but the content does not stop because it is time to once again free a box from its priority mail prison. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jay. Welcome to Square Pegs. And it is that time again. It is time to unbox our latest shipment from our friends at Video Games Monthly. And this, of course, is always fun to do immediately after a convention because chances are I may have gotten shipped something that I just bought. Now, what is Video Games Monthly, you might ask? Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service where you can purchase 3, 4, 5, or 10 games sent directly to your front door. Now, these are retro games starting all the way back on the Atari and going all the way to the PS4 and the Xbox One, pretty much everything in between. Now, obviously, there are going to be some things that you're not going to have as many options for. Dreamcast games are hard to come by, for example. But if you were looking for an opportunity to add to your retro collection, VGM is the way to go. I've been a VGM subscriber for a little over 4 years now, and I love what they offer. I love getting my subscription from VGM every month. It's a little gift I buy myself, and it's always fun to find out. Blind box stuff is always a good time. So what do I get games for? I get games for the Famicom, the NES, the Super Nintendo, the N64, the GameCube, the Dreamcast, the Genesis, the Master System. I'm going to be adding Game Gear. I might have added Game Gear onto this. Just did get the Game Gear. I might have added Game Gear this month. I don't remember. I also get stuff for the Wii U. Probably something else. There's always something else. I can never remember. And the way I do these videos is I sit here, I open this box. It's a blind unboxing. I look right down this camera. I find out at the exact same time you do what's inside. So what do you say? Let's get this box open. All right, here we go. First things first, the first thing I find inside is our social media card from VGM. This is a fantastic I just dropped it. I'm really tired, guys. I'm sorry. But the social card is a fantastic reminder for my friends at VGM to make sure that you update your list. Now, something I have not mentioned yet. Your list is something that you curate every month. You're going to be able to say which games you have for a particular console, and they won't send you a duplicate. And if they do, because mistakes do happen, human error is a thing, we all understand that, just contact customer service. Joe and the gang will take care of it. They'll get you a replacement game set out post-haste, and you'll be good to go. So, let's find out what's inside. I'm going to be doing my blind... Oh, wait, first things first. Play the past into the future. I got my bracelet. This year's bracelet from VGM. These are always fun. I like to keep these around. Hang them off of things. Give me just a pop of color in the background. Alright, so doing a blind feel. What do I have? What do I have games for this month? We do have a Game Gear. I did add Game Gear this month. We have a Famicom, an NES, another NES, and something in a disc case, which could be either GameCube or Wii U. So we're going to find out together. We're going to start with the Famicom. We're going to go NES. And I think we'll do the disc last. I mean, that's probably the most interesting one. We'll do Game Gear second to last. All right, so Famicom up first. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God! Holy shit! Rockman 3. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I think we're all familiar with this game, but let's take a look at Rockman 3 on the Famicom. Outside of the Sega Genesis, I think my favorite console to collect for is the Famicom. I have found so many incredible games on the Famicom that I didn't know existed. This isn't one of them. I'm pretty familiar with the Mega Man series. It's my favorite video game series of all time. I have pretty much collected the entire Mega Man series between the Famicom and the NES games, and I don't really need this one. I don't. I've already got Mega Man 3, but let me tell you something. I am not complaining about having Rockman 3 in my collection. First off, Famicom cartridges are amazing. I love the look, I love the different colors, I love the design, I love how short and squat they are, I think they're adorable. And it's Rockman, come on. It's one of the greatest video game series of all time. It is by far the biggest ticket item in this box, and that's okay because it is a brilliant game. It's an absolutely brilliant title. It is one of the best games released on the NES or on the Famicom ever. It's Capcom at their very best. It is my favorite video game character, starring in arguably his best video game adventure. Mega Man 2 is still better. But I'm so stoked to have this that it's actually kind of tipped me a little bit to the point where I think I want to get all the Famicom and all the NES cartridges now. Which is a slippery slope to be on because that is not an inexpensive quest to be upon, but you know what? I think that's going to be the next collection I try to ace, is finishing out Mega Man on both the Famicom and the NES. We'll see what happens there. That'll be a long time coming, but that's what's next on the completing a collection quest is getting all of Mega Man and all of Rockman.
Yeah, didn't see that coming. Not only will this be a welcome addition to my collection, I do love Famicom games. One of my favorite consoles to collect for. I love the fact that this is something I can add to my Mega Man Shrine. If you don't know the Mega Man Shrine, here's a brief sojourn. One of my favorite things, the highlight, of course, is the painting of Rockman that my friend Jen did from Retro Rivals. Be sure to check out their channel. Link is on screen right now. You can also check out the video in the description down below that actually shows the unboxing of that painting. It's one of my favorite memories on YouTube, so please do check it out. All right, moving on to the NES now. Next, 3, 2, 1. Something space? Destination Earthstar from Acclaim. Ain't never played it. Let's find out what this one's all about.
Destination Earthstar can be summed up in 7 words. I have no idea what I'm doing. Does that make Destination Earthstar a bad game? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. Does that make Destination Earthstar a good game? No. No, certainly not. Not even a little bit. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do in this game. I don't know what to do. I kind of figured out what to do by plotting the map and flying around and going to the different things that are kind of flying at you. I don't know how to slow down. I don't know really how to turn around successfully. I don't know what the hell to do when I'm going after a base or a planet or what. I successfully scanned one once. I don't know how. I don't know what this game is. I really don't. I want to know what this game is because despite the fact that I really did not like what I played, I'm also incredibly intrigued by where everything is supposed to go with this game because I think there's something here that could be awesome, but at first glance, I don't know what I'm doing.
So this is past Jay after or before I've played it. Just judging by the cover, I'm guessing this is a shmup. I could be wrong. We'll find out. Little beat up. Labels a little bit bubbly, but that's okay. I mean, it's a 40-year-old game at this point. That's going to happen at some time, but it's all right. All right, next NES game. 3, 2, 1. Captain Skyhawk. Now, this is one I've never actually owned, and I don't know that I've ever actually played, but I've seen it on enough channels to know what I'm getting into. This is the kind of quasi-isometric shooter that I think is a little bit Cobra Triangle with planes. I don't remember exactly, but let's check it out. See how wrong I am based on my assumption.
Captain Skyhawk is the perfect example as to why you should not judge the quality of a title based on its value, because this is a $3 game. This is exactly the kind of game you find in a bin under a table at a convention and you overlook every single time you see it. Want to know how I know? Because I've done it. This is, I think, the first time I've played Captain Skyhawk, and despite the fact me saying this is, I think it's like Cobra Triangle in the intro, it's not like Cobra Triangle, even though it is developed by Rare. It's a really unique game that does its own thing very well. The gameplay is smooth. The gameplay is difficult. It's got a really, really solid challenge to it, but that doesn't detract from the fact that the overall game is really fun. The boss fights are creative. The enemies are fun. It's a shmup with a really unique mechanic of having to avoid the 3D terrain so you don't blow up, all while having to dodge the bullets that are coming at you. Again, this is a $3 game. In most cases, folks are going to overlook this one and not give it a shot, but I'm telling you, Captain Skyhawk should be in your collection because the game is really, really fun.
Next up, I'm excited to check out this Game Gear because I don't really have much for the Game Gear so far. I think I have 6 games for it. So everything is brand new and exciting for me. This is a console I've wanted for a long time. You can see the video on screen right now where my friends Chris and Thor actually gave me the ultimate Game Gear mod. It's a thing of beauty. One of my favorite things that I own. I got it for my birthday this year just a few weeks ago. So let's find out which Game Gear game we have. 3, 2, 1. G-LOC Air Battle. No idea. Not a huge fan of air combat games, so probably not going to be a huge fan of this one, but let's check it out. Let's see how it is. I could be surprised.
So in this brave new world where I am getting Game Gear games, it's exciting to try anything for this console because I am a complete newbie to it. I had played, I think, the Lucky Dime Caper on the Game Gear back in the day, and that's it. I hadn't played anything else. So anytime I get a chance to try something out, I'm going to be excited about it. Now, is G-LOC Air Battle the type of game that I would pick for myself? No, certainly not. I don't really dig most air combat games, especially ones that are at least nominally realistic. But I'm not going to lie to you, I am surprised at how well this plays and how well it controls. Now, it looks like 10 Miles a Bad Road. It is not a great looking game. The frame rate ain't spectacular, but the gameplay is actually really fun. You're in dogfights, and that's the basics of it. It kind of plays with a little bit like Mega Man style, where you actually have level selection with different objectives you have to complete in each one. It's pretty nice. It's worth nothing. This is a $5 game loose, but I'm going to be honest with you, I had a lot more fun with this than I expected unboxing this box. I'm really happy with this.
G-LOC Air Battle, my thoughts were in the review. I may have loved it, I may have hated it. You know, I don't, because I'm in the past. Alright, let's check the disc-based game now. 3, 2, 1. Hey, Scribblenauts Unlimited, very cool. I love the Scribblenauts games. I think these are one of the most creative IPs out there. Let's take a look at Scribblenauts Unlimited. This is super cool.
Scribblenauts Unmasked isn't worth anything, but there's so much amazing gameplay in every Scribblenauts game that I can't help but be ecstatic to have received this. Now, I do have Scribblenauts Unlimited and Scribblenauts Unmasked on the Switch, but I don't own the Wii U version until now. If you're a newbie to Scribblenauts, let me tell you a little bit about it. The idea of the game is you play as Maxwell, and you are to create objects out of thin air to solve problems for people or to solve your own problems. Now, you can create anything from cannons to trebuchets to Cthulhu. Don't make Cthulhu. Cthulhu is bad times. He will wreck everything you're doing. But you can do it if you really want to. The game is amazing. It's such a clever way to make a title that I don't think gets the flowers it deserves. Like, I think people forget about how innovative Scribblenauts really was when it launched. It wasn't like anything we'd ever really seen before. This is a series that initially launched on the DS, but it's now on the Wii U, it's on the Switch, it's on a ton of different consoles, and it's a lot of fun to play. Very excited to have this one, despite the fact that it isn't worth much. It is still a fantastic game, and I'm going to have a blast playing this one.
All right, my friends, there you have it. Those are the games I received this month. We're going to take a break real quick. I'm going to total everything up. I'll be right back to let you know if I was ahead, behind, or it was a push. All right, I am back. I have totaled everything up in GameEye, and I come out to an even $40, and that is a little bit under what I usually spend every month, but honestly, that's okay. Getting a Rock Band game is a huge win. I love being able to add stuff like that to my collection, and it's always cool to get stuff that I've never seen before. Like, I've never seen G-LOC, I've never owned Captain Skyhawk, even though I know what it is, and I do love Scribblenauts, so I'm very excited to have that. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite game is that I received this month. Let me know if you have any questions about VGM. As I always say in these videos, I'm not an employee. I don't speak for the company, but I've been a subscriber for a while now. I can probably answer a couple of questions. Until next time, folks, I've been Jay. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me. Remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.